Two champions' contracts have now expired, and we have an update on the relationship between All Elite Wrestling and Warner Bros. Discovery. But first, a WWE star is teasing a big return for Clash at the Castle. This Saturday night, WWE will host the Clash at the Castle event live from Cardiff, Wales, the promotion's first UK stadium show since SummerSlam 1992. This past weekend, Drew McIntyre, who challenges for the undisputed WWE Universal Championship this weekend against Roman Reigns, would speak with Sportskeeda ahead of the show, teasing a big return to his presentation, and the Scotsman would say, "Broken Dreams was my song when I was the chosen one. People are talking about it for some reason a lot recently. It has sold as many songs as John Cena online, I believe. It's very popular. People talk about it to this day. And occasionally I talk about it and I talk about the possibility of having it for a big match, so fingers crossed." You never know what might happen, but Drew McIntyre is always working to try and make things happen. Those that played the older WWE games during the late 2000s will remember Broken Dreams from the menus, with it likely burnt into their psyche to this day, with it being far superior to Drew's current entrance music, and arguably one of the best ever. Whether or not the song returns this Saturday remains to be seen, but the former chosen one could be leaving the United Kingdom as the undisputed champion. But do you think Drew McIntyre will topple Roman Reigns at Clash at the Castle? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you want the shot to win an enormous $10,000 for free just by having superior wrestling knowledge? Well, now you can by following the link in the description, where you can answer a series of questions regarding this weekend's WWE Premium Live event. WrestlePlanet are partnering up with DraftKings ahead of this historic event, offering you the opportunity to predict who walks away victorious in this Saturday's matches, and you can even predict who you think could make a fiendish surprise return. The players with the most correct answers at the end of the show will get their share of a $10,000 prize pool that will be up for grabs this weekend. It's really easy to take part, and all you have to do is download the DraftKings app now and use promo code WrestlePlanet to enter the free WWE Predictions Challenge with $10,000 up for grabs. Let me tell you that again, $10,000. So use promo code WrestlePlanet now and enter the free $10,000 contest only at DraftKings, an official gaming partner of WWE. Next up is CM Punk's re-injured foot legitimate? Last week on AEW Dynamite, Jon Moxley would shock the world when he defeated CM Punk in just 3 minutes, becoming the undisputed AEW World Champion. The key factor that led to the result was Punk's foot, which had kept him out of action for 3 months, as in the match he would attempt a head kick before dropping to the floor holding his standing foot. On Friday's episode of AEW Rampage, the story continued as the backstage aftermath of the match was shown, with Punk being seen with doctors explaining exactly what happened. Despite theories that the injury is legit, forcing a rushed finish, it seems that this is just part of the story, with Dave Meltzer taking to Wrestling Observer Radio to confirm that the planned main event of the All Out pay-per-view on September 4th is still Jon Moxley versus CM Punk in a rematch, and Meltzer would say, "We've only got just over a week until All Out, but it is Punk and Moxley. I don't know if they're gonna add Stips or whatever, but that is the main event. Punk's gonna be back in 10 days. Look, he'll go in there selling the foot. The rematch is in Chicago. Punk's gonna be cheered like crazy. Punk can play the babyface with the bad foot, and they can work a great match with that handicap." Though Dave feels that Punk will enter Chicago as the fan favourite, many expect a concrete heel turn in the near future, with his injury perhaps leading him to take to desperate measures. Either way, we'll know more this Wednesday on AEW Dynamite as we edge closer to All Out. And next up we have all the details of a real backstage altercation in AEW. As discussed in a video last week, Sammy Guevara and Eddie Kingston are said to have been involved in an incident that led to Kingston being secretly suspended from the company, a suspension that he is now completed. In an update from Fightful Select, we have details on exactly what happened, with a statement from Guevara himself. The incident happened after Kingston felt disrespected by Guevara's promo material in the lead up to their once planned match at All Out, with Sammy explaining, "So after tying my match with Sky Blue and Dante, I cut a promo on Eddie, insulting Eddie and the fans as a heel, which I know the thing everyone loves to do is hate me and Ty, so I'm the perfect person to play the asshole character for Eddie to ultimately beat it all out. I see what people say online about Eddie and his appearance, which anyone who legitimately shames Eddie for how he looks can go to hell. It's the same people who shame me for being too small. So Sammy Guevara, the character, I could be the physical person playing that person that Eddie can shut up at All Out. But Eddie did not do the professional thing and communicate to me, which if he did, I never would have said it, because the last thing I want to do is hurt someone for real. So after the promo, I get to the back and Eddie is flipping out, yelling, "You can't call me fat," over and over as I'm trying to walk down the stairs in Gorilla, making a big scene. People get in between us, Eddie tries to pie face me, and he more like touches my face. It was weird, and everyone backs everyone up. While some may think this is another work, Kingston has since told fans to leave Sammy alone, something that he wouldn't have done if this was to continue their on-screen feud. And also some of Sammy's statement is out of character. Eddie would take to Twitter to say, "Fuck it, okay, then after this I'm chilling, but leave Sammy alone. In the court of law, he is the victim. Let it go and leave the kid alone. For real, done with this." It's unknown if Guevara was also suspended following the incident or if their match at the pay-per-view is still on, although it hasn't been mentioned on television since the incident took place. And next, another title match has been added to AEW All Out. This weekend, All Elite Wrestling will host their next pay-per-view, All Out, live from Chicago, Illinois. As fans await the fate of the AEW World Championship match at the show, one more match has been added to the card as Jade Cargill is set to defend her TBS Championship against Athena, with the two having feuded since the former Ember Moon's AEW debut. In singles action, Athena remains undefeated during her time in AEW, with her only loss coming in a tag match that saw team with Willow Nightingale against Jade Cargill and Kiera Hogan at Fyter Fest on July 20th. As for Cargill, she is currently undefeated since her debut, although she would fail to win the Casino Battle Royal during her stint with the promotion. She has been the AEW TBS champion since January, with her reign lasting 236 days as of today. But could time be up for Cargill come September 4th at All Out? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Next up, Vince McMahon has been spotted for the first time since retirement. On July 22nd, Vince McMahon would retire from his roles at the head of WWE following numerous scandals involving hush money payments to former WWE talents and employees. And whilst he remains the majority shareholder in WWE, his influence has disappeared in the promotion both on and off screen. On Thursday night, Vince was seen in New York City in attendance at a party for his birthday, spotted alongside an unidentified female companion. TMZ would report that Vince wasn't joined by Linda McMahon, who he reportedly split from some time ago, meaning this isn't much of a surprise. In a video posted to TMZ, McMahon could be seen making his way to a parked car, attempting to cover his face from the cameras, clearly in no mood to talk. Also in attendance was John Cena and his wife, as well as Pat McAfee and Brock Lesnar. It's likely that Vince's public appearances will remain limited, with this being a rare sighting of McMahon in the wild. Next up, a former champion in WWE has made their Impact Wrestling debut. This weekend, Impact would hold their latest TV tapings from Dallas, Texas, billed as the Impact Lone Star Stampede. During one of the taped episodes, Gran Metalik would make his debut competing in singles action, taking on another former 205 Live roster member, Alex Zane. Metalik has been a free agent since November 4th when he was released by WWE, 2 months after his initial request for a release was denied. He is perhaps best known for his one-on-one match against Rey Mysterio on an episode of Monday Night Raw in September 2019, a match that was even featured on the WWE 2K22 Showcase mode. Since becoming a free agent, he has wrestled for GCW, New Japan Strong, and various other independent promotions, reverting back to his former name of Mascara Dorada. His contract status with Impact is currently unknown, but his skills as one of the best luchadors around will no doubt add quality to the X division. This wasn't the only debut at the recent tapings as well, with former Ring of Honor television champion Shane Taylor also making his first Impact appearance, taking on Crazy Steve. But what do you make of the newest additions to the Impact Wrestling roster? Let me know in the comments down below. And speaking of Impact Wrestling, 2 champions' contracts have now expired. A few weeks ago, we discussed a report from Fightful Select that revealed the Impact contracts of both Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows were set to expire. Well, they can now be considered free agents, with their final contracted dates being this past weekend on Friday, August 26th and 27th at the Dallas, Texas tapings. At the show, they would put their Impact World Tag Team titles on the line against Matt Taven and Mike Bennett of Honor No More, and whilst I won't spoil the result result, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to work out what may have happened. Their 2-year deals were initially set to expire in late July, but a 1-month extension was signed that saw them through to the end of August, and there is said to be no ill will between both parties. As for their future, they are tipped to continue to appear in New Japan Pro Wrestling as part of the Bullet Club through to at least January's Wrestle Kingdom 17 show at the Tokyo Dome, this according to Fightful Select. They have been working New Japan dates during their time with Impact, this something their contracts allowed. But what do you think the future holds for the Good Brothers? Let me know in the comments down below. And finally, we have an update on the relationship between All Elite Wrestling and Warner Bros. Discovery. Earlier this year, Warner Media, the home of AEW television, would merge with Discovery in a multi-million-dollar deal, leading to speculation on the future of AEW on the TBS and TNT networks. This weekend, Fightful Select would release a report regarding the current partnership between the two entities, speaking to a source inside Warner Bros. Discovery, who noted that while they do still have a significant amount of time left on their contract, AEW programming in its current form makes no negative waves, a sign that there are no plans to end the deal early. The source would note that AEW overall holds their end of the deal quite well, particularly when it comes to ratings performances, which usually averages just below or sometimes above 1 million viewers for AEW Dynamite. The recent integrations with the House of the Dragon and Shark Week properties are said to have been a hit, with both being key parts of the network's portfolio, showing that there is a high level of trust given to AEW to handle them correctly. There was recently some social media speculation that AEW Dynamite will be cut from 2 hours to 1 hour, something that the source Fightful spoke with was completely unaware of, adding that this was false. The two sides are said to have a good relationship, contrary to the other speculation of an adversarial one, with the two sides meeting frequently to discuss AEW programming. Regarding a recent report in the Wrestling Observer newsletter that Warner told AEW to tone their language down, AEW have told Fightful that this was taken out of context, and although talent were told to not fly too close to the sun during a recent talent meeting, this was not a directive from Warner themselves. It seems for now that the relationship between Warner Bros. Discovery and All Elite Wrestling is business as usual, with no major changes post-merger. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 masked AEW wrestlers unmasked.